Let's get into Tetsuo's topic.
What do you mean flaws?
Go on, sir.
Flawed about Horizon Zero
GOT,
Dawn.
why?
The game of the year.
Everything is flawed about it. I don't understand how you wouldn't notice. The way it's so flawed in its graphic, the way it's so flawed in its gameplay.
Aloy's hair sways
everything.
in the wrong direction.
It's absolutely
Oh.
wrong.
It's the
Did you
left,
notice
not
that there
the
was
right.
some reflection on that cloth?
So,
Okay, the snow wasn't powdery enough. I really feel like it was very flawed in their snow.
They actually did like a little, documentary or whatever on it, and they're like for how they did the weather, and basically they only took the most perfect weather parts in their engine and got rid of the rest.
yeah. But anyways,
Like for appearance wise and whatnot, just the most extremes for the appearance. They just wanted the 11s out of 10s.
You know what though? It made it look really nice.
Mm-hmm.
all right,
It
Ted,
is a
Tets,
gorgeous game.
tell us about some Horizon Zero Dawn here, or Last
those of us-
Horizon, as I
For
constantly
those of
refer
us
to it.
who don't know what it is.
Well, Horizon Zero Dawn is an open world game where you run around with a bow and arrow and shoot robotic dinosaurs. Talk about your 80s
And you ride 'em.
nostalgia.
I feel like that was
I totally
probably
forgot about that because I just don't do it in
You,
the game.
you set up traps in your item and stuff. You sneak around.
You ride your mechanical T-Rexes.
Yep. Yeah, it's fun.
Very heavily praised by critics, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It's good. It's up there.
I didn't
but-
see one negative review about it. Like, even like review that said the game was like meh. Like, I saw some of those for Zelda.
Yeah, like I don't know that it has anything really all that negative about it, but it's 9s and 10s that people seem to give it a lot.
Yeah.
And here's my reason. Story is sort of new, but at the same time, it is predictable enough. There's not really anything new or revolutionary about it. It's just kind of how
Yeah.
they put the parts together that makes it feel fresh. It feels a lot more fresh, but I don't think it actually is. If that makes any sense. Like,
Yeah, when I got the story reveal of like, so you're basically, I mean, you're the place you're from, Alloy, is like, prehistoric levels of technology, sort of. Except there's also robots running around, right? So it's what I liked it because I was like, this is like the first post-apocalyptic game I've seen. Everyone's doing a post-apocalyptic game. This is like the society that emerged long after the apocalypse.
and that's one of the things I'm really enjoying about the game is you're also exploring the moments that led up to their apocalypse. So you almost have two concurrent storylines going on. I still haven't finished it yet, so I'm gonna wait to see how they merge. But the story is very enjoyable. It's not scary in any way, shape, or form, but it's fun. It is a very fun story, I think.
I quite enjoy it. Or playing. I guess I don't know. I've been finding that I don't love playing most of, or I say, I don't know exactly how to word it correctly. These open world, Western games like this, I don't enjoy playing all of the game that it has to offer. Like, generally, my favorite aspect is like the combat and then learning of the story. Like, the only side stuff I want to do in this game is go into the cauldrons.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was too. I was like, I do not want to do these side quests, really.
What I'm finding,
Yeah.
I'm getting there for all of these games
Yeah.
like this.
That might be me because I love the side quests in this.
Yeah, that's your whole bang. You learn more about the world and the story and the people through doing all these side quests and stuff.
Spider webbing stories where it's like you have all of these small isolated things, and then you start to realize, oh, I can see how this fits into here, and seeing like in this random manuscript them talking about this place. It's like, oh, I remember that. It's all the way on the other side of the map, and didn't think they were connected.
I think it's the most Tetsuo game I've ever played, probably.
It really is.
Just because, just off the stuff we've talked about, like the kind of games we like, and when we talked about E3, what we were looking forward to, I was like, Tets, you really need to play this game. This is like your game to a T.
When it came out, it released really close to my birthday, and as did For Honor, and I had to decide which of the two to get for my birthday. And I feel like I chose poorly because I chose For Honor.
Yeah.
Hey man, we had some fun. I have no regrets.
I did enjoy it. I really did like playing For Honor, but as you say, Horizon is very much a Tetsuo game.
Yeah. But like I was just playing this, and like I kind of came to realizing like why like I got burnt. I never finished The Witcher, and it took me a long time to just finish Mass Effect Andromeda, because they're all like they have like I don't really care for they all use the same like special vision to figure out clues, and I'm like, I just tell me. I'm like, it just doesn't like that part of gameplay I really don't care for anymore. Like it's just highlight this. Like you have to highlight it. Like just highlight it for me without just like going into my special vision and seeing it. Like it's just an extra step I don't care for.
Yeah, it feels erroneous.
Because my problem with that is a lot of times narratively there's like next to no sense as to why you have this site. Far Cry Primal is a good example of it. There's no reason why this guy suddenly has this site or whatever, can see through the bird's eyes and everything. But I felt like Horizon, at least on a story level, did a good job of
yeah, that's fine. It's just the gameplay aspect I don't care.
Oh yeah. No, I agree. I know where you're coming from on that.
Witcher vision, scanners, whatever.
Yeah. My problem with the game was, I probably talked about this on the podcast before, so forgive me for speaking ad nauseum. I got the game. I was having fun with it for the first week I was playing it. I probably got like 15 hours in. I was kind of like, had the mouth thing where I was like, yeah, I don't want to do these side quests, but the story seems really interesting. I liked Aloy. I liked the combat and the sneaking around.
Ashley Burke.
Yeah, I didn't really like putting up the traps or anything, but I was like, yeah, I get to fight metal dinosaurs and stuff and build weapons. It's pretty cool. And then Zelda came out a week later. And in Zelda, you can literally go anywhere in the game. So when I beat Zelda, I tried to come back and finish Horizon Zero Dawn, and I was like, I can't climb on everything. I have to like find a path and do this stuff. I was like, this is unplayable for me now, and I'm going to pick it back up eventually. I just need to wait a long time, because I think around the holiday, the next Zelda DLC is going to come out, and I'll be playing that again. So I
see. The addiction is clear.
Coming from playing like the Assassin's Creed games and playing any Bethesda game, it's like you never know. Like if you just keep jumping against the same rock, you'll find that one tiny polygon that you can stand. So then you do it more to just go climb over rocks instead of walk around it, and that's non-existent, next to non-existent in Horizon. You can only climb on like designated ledges. That.
Shoot off on your zip lines you cut out there. So something might be going on with Discord again for you. But
I don't really want to fight that monster over there. I'm gonna climb. Nope, I guess I'm gonna go fight them.
Yep. So yeah, it's got the obvious like footholds, like zip line around and stuff like that. But man,
climb on yellow things.
Yeah. That's like, because I've said before, I think we talked about like what one of our like least favorite genres of games was. That might have been one of our topics. I know we've like touched on something similar to this, but I actually said open world games are not really my cup of tea, because I don't like exploring around doing all the side quests. But like Zelda really got me into like exploring the world and being able to like go, I want to climb up this random thing, and that's like half the game, and that's how you kind of like doing this weird random stuff and seeing if you can get on top of that mountain or fly across all the way over here or get to this cave is like how you kind of make Link stronger in the game.
Yeah.
And
that didn't appeal to me so much.
Yeah, but
that
I
really haven't beaten it.
Yeah, that really appealed to me when I was playing the game. So then coming back to this, I was like, oh my god, it doesn't have any of these elements. It feels like a worse open world game, but that's just me. And I'm not like I said, I'm not like big into the open world gaming genre. I think Horizon Zero Dawn is probably a lot more like other. It probably borrows more from the open world genre, like tropes and stuff.
Yeah. I will say too, another thing that I really enjoyed beyond just having the ability to do all the traps is with your weapons, you have 3 different types of bow that then have different types of arrows, and like this is one of the few games where you actually can see like physically the difference between different bow styles, because historically speaking, there is a very big difference between different styles of bow. And like you're capable, like there's one if you want to shoot far, that's a great bow, but it's not going to shoot fast. Then you have like your short bow that's going to shoot fast, but it's not going to be as damaging because you're just throwing arrows out. I don't know, like I really enjoyed that aspect of it.
I like that the dinosaurs have weak spots, and you have to find out what they are
Yeah.
and how to fight the dinosaurs.
And
The enemies
use
are
the-
puzzles in themselves.
Yeah,
It's probably
and
the best thing about the game, in my opinion.
well, that can take away from it is whenever you scan them, again with that magical scanner that just as soon as you do it, you can look and see all of their weak points in like the little compendium bestiary thing. But at the same time, like it doesn't.
It's not as easy as just hit the monster there. There's more element to it.
Yeah, you've got to figure out like there was a lot of times where I was like, oh, this will be easy. The thing's out in the open. I don't have to take any armor off. And then I realized 9 times out of 10 the dinosaur is going to stand in such a way where his body is protecting that. Like it's not even a matter of can't get around to hitting that weak spot because he's literally putting it away from me, which I really liked. I really thought that, like it wasn't just how do you hit them, it's look at how they behave. It's also part of the puzzle.
Yeah, which is really cool. The AI in the game is very good
Yes.
for the monsters, the enemies and stuff. I actually thought it was fairly difficult too. What little part I played.
Oh, I had to bump up the difficulty.
It's not difficult, but at the same time, it's not.
Yeah, like I died a few
I can just
times.
it's not like you can just like run through everything no problem.
Like-
I would say for the average gamer.
At the end of the trial, when they get ambushed, I think I died there like 2 or 3 times.
oh,
Up on
really?
the mountain. Yeah, interestingly enough.
Were
The
you
first
doing
time I was just
headshots,
dumb.
though?
I was like, I'm going to run around and hack people with this spear. And there's like 20 guys with bows and arrows shooting at you. So I just get like pincushion. And I was like, okay, now I have to sneak
One spear.
around. Then I just like got killed. Then I was like, okay.
Yeah, the game
just
is
gonna play
not
slow.
very melee focused.
Nah.
Not at all. Like that drives me nuts. Like I'll like somebody comes up too close. I'm like, cool, I'll take him out with melee, and it like takes me like 8 swings of the spear. It's like I could literally just run and just toss 2 arrows at him and do more damage than the stupid spear does.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow, that's kind of
Yeah, I haven't
That's a
touched
little
the spear upgrade path at all.
I did
More
just
damage.
because I did like everything else, and I had extra skill points. and
It's
stuff.
got level 50.
No, actually,
I feel like I've killed 2 things with the spear.
I killed lots of stuff by ambushing it, but
I love ambushing, like setting it up so that way they aren't going to see you there and just the silent strike.
yeah. That's the build I was doing, like the sneaky, instead of just like the straight up bow fighting or the upgrades and stuff.
See, I always just ran around with the far shooting one with the arrow was called, and like snipe people at the back so they would like walk in that direction, and there would always be like one guy who would come towards me and just silent strike him and then continue doing it. Eventually whittle it down enough so I can just run in there and
The robot dinosaurs have invaded you.
yeah.
They've taken over your voice, Tetsuo. You're fine now, but for a second there you went robo again. But no.
Perfection.
Yeah, it happens. But no, I think it definitely deserves a lot of the praise it got. I see why it's a really good game. Like I said, I think it's going to win Game of the Year.
Yeah,
Just 'cause it was so
How much
well-received.
salt though if it wins over Zelda?
I won't have any Zalt. I'll be like, okay, I understand. But I think one of those two will win.
I think
Yeah.
objectively, Zelda is probably better. Without having ever
I
played
don't.
the new Zelda,
I don't know if that's true. Because
Yeah,
Zelda
it's-
just has a lot like.
It's two different styles of games. Like
Yeah,
for them to
right.
both
They're
be
both
open
open
world
world,
games,
but
they're
they're way
very
different.
different.
But Zelda just has a huge like fandom and backstory, or I mean, a lot of stuff to pull on from.
Mhm.
There's a lot of brand loyalty to it. So,
Right,
Yeah, and
which
this
is Nintendo in a nutshell.
and this is a huge new PS4 like IP for Sony.
Yeah.
So
Who even made it? I actually don't.
Guerrilla
recall.
Games. So we'll get
Killzone.
so
Ah.
we'll be getting more of these. I'm sure there'll probably be like at least 2 more of these things.
Yeah, the DLC just came out.
Yep, the Frozen
apparently
Lace.
It's good, but it's like more of the same.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
which
I've heard.
most people are probably fine with.
Yeah, it's more world building.
Oh,
you get a few
actually,
new
the biggest thing I hated about the game was resource management, or like my carrying stuff in my pack. That's the thing that's
Oh.
driving me the most crazy. Is like
Yeah.
just let me carry all the stuff because I don't know what I'm supposed to get rid of. Because you're just like all of
Well, you
this
can
might
look at
be
it.
able to be traded.
No, yeah, if you look at the items, it actually tells you what it's used
Yeah,
for,
but-
and there's a bunch of items that say trade for or sell, and you can
Right.
just sell the trade for stuff.
Except sometimes you'll find an item that's like, I also want one of these and your normal credits to buy this. Like
Yeah.
you need this special heart and enough shards to buy this item.
But it's only like maybe an hour into the game, and every single vendor will have those items. Like there's not really much variance between any of the vendors. So the moment you get like the expanded thing,
Right,
you
but-
can look at it.
I mean, yeah, I'm at the point where I've got all the purple stuff unlocked, which I assume is the top tier, but the game doesn't tell you that. So the game doesn't actually tell you if you need to hoard that or not.
That's true. Well, and I guess the other thing is early on, like the first couple, like once or twice, I hit the cap in my inventory, crafting to grow my inventory space, and then I kind of prioritize that over the story. So that may also be a difference in that
Yeah.
regard for me because it was very early when I like.
I've only
maxed out my
upgraded it
inventory
once or
space.
twice.
Yeah. It helps in that regard. I will say one of the things I enjoyed, but I also know that people probably don't, is the fact that to fast travel, you have to have a consumable.
Oh yeah, F that. I bought the unlimited one, and as soon as I found it.
Yeah, I did too, but like I don't know. For me, I kind of liked the idea of you aren't able to just kind of jar the
Nah.
story of suddenly I'm over here.
I am much in the camp of gameplay beating out flavor in that instance.
I like riding the dinosaurs everywhere.
Yeah, I also
I didn't
bought
fast
the
travel.
instant or call mount skill is pretty early in the game,
Yeah.
so I didn't have to keep capturing them.
Said because the way I approached the game was like everything in an area before I moved on, so that may have also been it about fast travels. I didn't really need to go back as much.
Yeah, no, I've
Yeah.
only been
So-
like following the story, and like sometimes it'll have you go like 3,000 steps to the next area or the next part of the main quest
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a good game. It
First-
deserves all its praise.
Yeah,
And
fun.
again, it's the most Tetsuo game I've ever
Time to
seen.
fight a Stormbird.
Yeah.
I've only seen it. I have not fought it.
It's a fun fight. It's bring lots of ammo and lots of stuff to make more ammo. I went through so many of the fire arrows on that thing.
Yeah, I'm always out of blaze because I love using the trip explosive trip caster or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's the explosive and the
Yeah,
fire.
no, like the one that does the most damage is the one I use like all the time.
Yeah, it just does pure damage, whereas the other
Yep.
one is fire typed. Yeah.
Yeah, but you still need blaze. So
Right, for both of them, yeah.
I use the electric one a lot. But
I
also
use the
I did it and I'd
electric
run up
ball.
and just hit stuff. I was like, I want to make melee work.
stop trying to make melee work. It'll never happen.
It's like I feel it's like every game now. I don't want to shoot stuff. I want to hit it with my stick. Step forward so I can swing at
Well-
you with my sword.
Final Fantasy has got swords.
I know. That's why. So when we get done recording, my thing will be done, and I will get on there and make the edgiest little Noctis wannabe guy that I can make. That's neither here nor there.